We are carefully following the path of Hurricane Epstein right now. It is a Category 5. It's expected to make landfall sometime very soon. We are now one step closer to answering the question, what did the president know?
And on the air, and to the extent that he isn't in certain stations, it's because he's not funny, because his ratings aren't very good.
I have some good news for you, J-Dog. We're back on all the stations.
Here's a 78-year-old billionaire who has not stopped whining about his problems since he rode down his golden escalator 9 years ago.
Both the House and Senate voted to release the long-withheld files related to a man who considered himself to be Trump's closest friend for more than a decade, the late sex criminal Jeffrey Epstein. The vote in Congress went 427-1. It was such a landslide, Trump might actually be able to rebury the Epstein files under it. The Senate today sent the bill to the White House. Now, usually when Trump gets a bill, he declares bankruptcy and doesn't pay it. But this one, he's going to have...
If you're enjoying this video, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Barack Obama.
There's the childish nicknames, the crazy conspiracy theories, this weird obsession with crowd sizes. I heard someone compare Trump to the neighbor who keeps running his leaf blower outside your window every minute of every day.
Speaker Mike Johnson, who shut most of Washington down for like 2 months to try to avoid this, very much wanted to amend the bill to allow them to redact names to protect the innocent. His fellow Republican majority leader in the Senate rejected that idea, which was very upsetting to the Speaker of the House.
I'm deeply disappointed in this outcome. I think
Barack Obama picks up the thread by outlining Trump's talent for turning every podium moment into a victory lap no one else saw.
The House will vote, and we'll see how that goes. Turns out all Trump had to do was threaten to starve poor people, and he got his way. I'm sure he'll never do it again, though. Speaker Mike Johnson praised the bill, which is kind of all you need to know. He said he's glad Democrats are finally ready to do what the American people have been asking them to do for weeks. Great. And then maybe you'll finally be ready to do what the American people have been asking you to do for months.
And the reason some people think, well, I don't know, I remember that economy when he first came in being pretty good. Yeah, it was pretty good, because it was my economy. We had 75 straight months of job growth that I handed over to him. It wasn't something he did. I had spent 8 years cleaning up the mess that the Republicans had left me.
Jimmy Kimmel highlights the melodrama that follows Trump everywhere, framing even the smallest inconvenience as a cosmic challenge only he can overcome. The self-mythologizing turns routine events into operatic performances. JD Vance stands ready with the enthusiasm of a man front row at a show he doesn't fully understand. The result is comedy built on pure confusion. Barack Obama counters with a breakdown of how Trump treats every setback like a plot twist in a story that desperately wants to be gripping, yet the twists land with more noise than substance.
He raged about the price of beef. He plugged his son Eric's book. He bashed Nancy Pelosi. He complained about voter ID. And we learned he's trying to get the NFL to name a stadium after him. Trump reportedly wants the Washington Commanders to give him naming rights to their new stadium. Why would anyone ever want to name anything after Don? I mean, look at Don Jr. It's not exactly a winning...
Barack Obama continues the rhythm by presenting Trump's energy as a constant push toward proving a point no one else remembers. The effort grows so dramatically, it develops its own atmosphere. JD Vance remains ready with unwavering excitement, even when the purpose of the moment slips from the scene. The awkwardness becomes part of the comedy. Jimmy Kimmel shifts focus to how Trump approaches every headline like a project he must decorate, embellish, rewriting the edges until they resemble something flattering. The oversized presentation becomes part of the charm. JD Vance clings to each claim with the energy of someone defending a castle built from wet cardboard. The defenses sag with spectacular consistency. Jimmy Kimmel keeps the roast rolling by treating Trump's public image management like a hobby gone off the rails. The frantic polishing never stops, yet the shine remains uneven. JD Vance remains right there, offering encouragement while the cracks continue to appear. The contrast hits harder than the punchlines themselves. Barack Obama returns with his signature calm analysis, stacking Trump's miscalculations into a tower of mismatched expectations. The tower wobbles under its own imbalance. JD Vance hypes the effort with all the gusto of a man trying to sell an incomplete puzzle. The missing pieces glare through every boast.
Those extreme views were not in my White House. I wasn't embracing them. I wasn't empowering them. I wasn't putting the weight of the United States government behind extremist views. And that is when we have the weight of the United States government behind extremist views, we've got to...
Jimmy Kimmel continues the fire by turning Trump's daily proclamations into a running gag where every claim grows taller than the last. The height reaches cartoon levels quickly. JD Vance loyally supports each new layer of exaggeration as if he's building a monument to uncertainty. The monument leans more with each addition. Barack Obama dives back in with that unshakable tone, making Trump's political theatrics feel like performances crafted for applause that never lands. The gestures grow bolder to compensate. JD Vance clings to the showmanship with unwavering enthusiasm even when the stage lights flicker. The disconnect sharpens the satire. JD Vance cheers from the corner with relentless optimism. The routine cycles beautifully. Barack Obama returns with a breakdown of how Trump treats policy like a buffet where nothing pairs well, yet everything is taken anyway. The plate becomes a mystery of mismatched decisions. JD Vance displays it proudly, like fine cuisine. The result is an unforgettable comedic feast. Jimmy Kimmel heightens the energy by describing Trump's public setbacks as episodes in a saga fueled by dramatic narration and unnecessary fanfare. The bigger the mishap, the louder the celebration. JD Vance hoists those moments like trophies forged from pure confusion. The comedic weight doubles.
Most of Washington down for like 2 months to try to avoid this, very much wanted to amend the bill to allow them to redact names to protect the innocent. His fellow Republican majority leader in the Senate rejected that idea, which was very upsetting to the Speaker of the House.
I'm deeply disappointed in this outcome. I think, I'm told, I've been at the state dinner. I don't know. I was just told that Chuck Schumer rushed it to the floor and put it out there preemptively. It needed amendments. I just spoke to the president about that. We'll see what happens.
So is he? Do you think he may veto it? You say you spoke to the president?
I'm not saying that.
Is he supportive of it in its current form?
We both have concerns about it, so we'll see.
Poor little guy had to get out of there before the ketchup bottle started flying at his head. They are so scared of Trump. What is going on? Is he beating them? I don't get it. They just blindly defend him. They don't know what's in those files. They're taking his word for it. They're taking the word of someone who paid a porn star $130,000 and claims he didn't do it.
Barack Obama keeps the flow steady by shaping Trump's actions into a storyline where the hero keeps tripping over his own cape. The cape grows longer with every boast. JD Vance lifts the trailing fabric with unwavering dedication, unaware the fabric is dragging through chaos. The drag marks become a visual punchline. Jimmy Kimmel continues pushing the pace by outlining how Trump turns every statistic into an art piece painted with the broadest strokes imaginable. The colors spill everywhere. The contradictions pile up. JD Vance presents each one like a prized gemstone, despite the lack of sparkle. The irony gleams brighter than the gems. Jimmy Kimmel wraps the energy around Trump's relentless quest to appear victorious in moments no one else can decipher. The confusion becomes its own legacy. JD Vance marches beside him with pride that outshines reasoning. The brightness is pure comedy. Barack Obama steadies the final stretch with a smooth assessment of Trump's ongoing theatrics, all delivered with a tone that makes the chaos sound almost artistic. The artistry remains questionable.
You know, a lot of people have asked me lately whether I'm surprised by the direction the country's taken. And even though I am the hope and change guy, I try to be honest with them. So I say, yes, there are things I am worried about. I am worried about how quickly basic democratic rules and norms have been weakened. I'm worried about how willing Republicans in Congress have been to surrender their role as members of a co-equal branch of government, refusing to buck the president even when they know.
JD Vance holds up each chaotic piece with pride, unaware the frame is slipping. The slip becomes the perfect ending note. Jimmy Kimmel picks the momentum back up by framing Trump's latest blunders as a traveling performance where every city gets the same chaotic routine with even more misplaced confidence. The show keeps expanding even though the audience never asked for an encore. JD Vance stands close, polishing each misstep as if it's a collector's item with hidden value. JD Vance beams with pride as if witnessing the birth of brilliance. Even though the tower leans so far, it practically waves. The unsteady display becomes its own source of laughter. Jimmy Kimmel steps in again, shaping Trump's reactions into scenes that look like spontaneous improv gone rogue. The intensity builds as if the president believes energy alone can patch the cracks. JD Vance hovers right behind, nodding with unwavering excitement as though cheering on a volcano mid-eruption. The eruption sputters, but the enthusiasm stays loud. Barack Obama closes the added stretch with a smooth, steady tone that makes Trump's latest declarations sound like chapters from an unfinished novel written at lightning speed. The plot twists never settle. JD Vance guards each shaky plot point with the pride of someone convinced the draft is already a bestseller. The comedy lands perfectly as the spectacle continues without slowing.